Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Again, we're all over social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show. Please subscribe. We appreciate you. All right, Trick Daddy recently shared his views on why he doesn't identify as African American. The Let Go rapper went live on Instagram explaining that he prefers to be labeled simply American. He argued that since no one in his family has ever been to Africa, the term African shouldn't be part of his identity. He said, I'm trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my MF and race. I ain't never been to Africa. I ain't never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Neither been there. He later added, I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born and raised in Liberty City in the Polka Bean Project. I ain't never been to Africa. I ain't think about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place, and I know it's the motherland, yes, but not my mother. Not my mother, not my mother's mother. That ain't their land. Typically, African American refers to individuals in the United States who have origins in any of the Black races of Africa, without implying they were born on the continent. By the definition, Trick Daddy would still be classified as African American despite his preference otherwise. This viewpoint is one of many controversial takes Trick Daddy has voiced over the years. He previously sparked controversy in 2016 with the rant where he disparaged Black women, suggesting they were inferior to white and Latino women. Brittany, Smokey Robinson, I saw him in an interview say that he didn't consider himself African American. He considered himself Black. What are your thoughts on this?
The way it was difficult for you to read that passage of what he said, that's what I think. He's like, well, clearly he's not intelligent. We can't even understand. We can't even reread what you said, sir. So at this point, Trump said you either gonna be a boy or a girl. So Trick Daddy, you either gonna be an African American or you white. Like at this point, you could pick whatever race you want to be, but if you can't pick your gender, you can't pick African American or take African off the American or do anything with your race. So, sir, you are Black, African American. I'm sorry that you don't know which mother, grandmother, great great grandmother came from Africa, but somebody did. Unless they came from Cuba, then you will be deported. So, I don't know. I do not know what else to say.
GK, what are your thoughts?
I mean, so a lot of the names that we are called have evolved over the years.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be called a raccoon. You don't want to be called an Igornay. You don't want to be called
Colored.
Spook, whatever the other names are.
Yeah.
So it evolved to Black, and then it evolved to Negro, then it evolved to African American.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you want to be called or how you identify, when those people look at you, you are nothing but one thing.
Yeah.
And if you make statements like you're not African American, then they might want to question, what are you then? Mm-hmm. And then you might want to think about them possibly relocating your ass.
Very true. Lindia, was he being controversial or does he have a point?
I'm not gonna say what I really want to say. I'm a be because what I want to say is not gonna be nice for Trick Daddy.
Right.
Yeah. The Lord is working on me. I'm gonna say, you know, it has always been evolving labels.
Yeah.
For us, always. Chike has mentioned some of the names, and to where it is now. And I need to also mention that we are the only race who has endured the shifting of identity.
Yeah.
And it underscores our struggle for recognition and equality. And in this country that claims to be the land of, why is it that we're the only ones that have gone through this transition?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never seen, I got to fill out an application for something. Latinos have never gone through that. We all know white folks ain't going through it.
Right.
So I'm just trying to understand where that mongoose is coming from. No, I'm not trying to understand. I don't want to understand because I ain't understand nothing you read. Okay? Nothing.
Yeah.
Somebody who denigrated Black women and said that white women and Latino women are up here.
And look where he's from. Like, sorry, I'm so sorry if you have followers that are from there, but we need to work on the education in your county. The end.
And let's also keep in mind, he was stressing what's important to him. So all he did was showcase and spotlight his own ignorance.
That's true.
That part. And he does it all
Voted for Trump.
out of his mouth.
He voted for Trump.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? He probably can't even vote.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We can't.
And then if he could, we know Walker didn't vote because he never voted in his life.
No, Walker didn't vote.
Walker. He never voted ever.
He didn't vote, but you out here doing what you do. First of all, I can't name you one Waka Flocka song. But if I pay my money to go see you in concert, you tell me because I voted for who I voted for, I got to get out.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. Baby.
And let me just say this, because this addressed those gentlemen, you know, and other people out in the world. If you are working and you're paying taxes and you choose not to vote, something is clearly wrong.
Yeah.
Something is clearly wrong. You might as well take your paychecks and just throw them in the trash.
Yep.
Florida people are crazy. That's why you can Google the Florida man.
That's
I'm sorry if you have any Florida
We're going
followers.
Florida. We're going Florida. Okay. While hitting Vegas on his birthday, former NBA player Lamar Odom went shopping for a new bedroom companion. According to TMZ, Lamar made a pit stop at a real doll facility and was very hands-on. He walked around playing with dildos, checking out the silicone girls, surprised by how realistic they seemed to be. His manager, Gina Rodriguez, told TMZ that he wanted his new sex toy to have a curvy frame and customize it to his liking. The doll normally go for anywhere between $8,000 to $20,000, but the brand cut him a deal. He can be seen on video saying how bad the doll is and how he can see her ass from the front. He even seemed to share excitement about dressing her up. The speculation seemed to be that the doll was made to look like his ex, Khloe Kardashian, but it hasn't been explicitly been confirmed. Lanier. Someone said, well, at least he can't catch an STD, but what are your thoughts?
You go from one extreme to the next with these stories. And I demand a recount because I'm tired.
You should have put a sponsorship between the stories.
Right.
I can't. You know what? I'm not surprised because if you all haven't seen it, there are so many pages with AIs popping up, and people are actively following these pages and lusting over these AI entities.
Yeah.
I've seen one page where I want to see the comments. And I'm like, y'all know this ain't real, right? It's probably some big dude sitting behind a computer getting his rocks off talking to y'all like he is AI person. Like, I'm sitting followers and something that ain't even real got millions of followers. Like, y'all can't be sick. You know what? At this point, y'all don't want us here. Where you could just Just take a hole and use it any which way you want to. Have at it. That's me. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Brittany, would you be creeped out if your ex got a life-size doll of you?
Absolutely. Everything he be having a voodoo doll. But I be like, my ex is not to be played with. But I think that the whole thing is just look, if it's gonna stop y'all from sexual assaulting people and grabbing people by the piece like your president do, then by all means, everybody get a doll and be happy. I could care less.
GK. Well, it's someone said the world's going to hell in a handbasket. Someone said he's going to save a lot of money in the long run because I think he had prostitutes back in the day when he was on the stuff. And they say he finally found a woman who won't tarnish his reputation and take his money. Let him enjoy the feeling. GK, what are your thoughts on this?
So I was gonna go down one avenue. I'm gonna go down both avenues. Why do we care what people's proclivities are? Like, why is that a thing? Who cares? One. The second thing is, I think that porn is a problem, and I think that I don't even know what to call it, but human or non-human sex prolonged is unhealthy. He starts having sex with the doll on a regular basis, right? He gets used to that. What happens when he's with a real woman?
Yeah.
Don't you kind of lose something? Don't you kind of lose that connection? You know,
The
it's a
human
certain,
touch.
they say certain things about people that are internet savvy, like internet geeks. They tend to have a different type of personality because they don't have to deal with human beings. If you practice with the plastic for so long, you get used to the plastic and you don't get used to the human flesh.
Yeah.
So, you know, or maybe he got it on purpose so he can keep up with himself. Maybe he's not interested in keeping up with a human being.
Ain't he on that pink cocaine?
No, he stopped.
He's clean now. He's been clean for a while.
Stopped. He died, and they resuscitated him, so he gave it up.
He's still on it if he won't go ahead and poke a dog.
Oprah came out with this AI special like a
I saw
month
that.
ago. Did y'all see that? Okay. And the man said, he was like, there's a quote in another country somewhere that says, beware of comfort. People are so quick to want the AI and
Yeah.
to make their life at ease, and a self-driving car and sex dolls and all these other technologies that make life easier. But he was saying in the other countries, they say beware of the comfort because the ease of life make you lazier in doing the work. There's no work ethics in our kids now because they don't have to know how to cursive, read or write. All they have to do is search something, they don't have to go find an encyclopedia. You don't even have to drive a car. Now they got a car where if you fall asleep at the wheel, it's gonna take you off the road. Like all of that. It's just taking over us using our brain and our own thoughts and minds.
Let me ask you a question, real experiment, real quick. Do any of you know how to make a fire without a lighter or a match?
What, rub the sticks
together?
Can you do
I know
that?
I know how to use the glasses.
Can you do it? Can you actually do it?
I've never successfully done it. I used to try as a kid.
I haven't done it. I mean, I haven't done it in a long time. But when I was younger, they taught us that. You know what I mean? Like when I used to go to camp, like they taught us how to do that. And of course, once you haven't done something in a long time, you just gotta, But the stick thing was what I learned. I never learned the glass thing.
Well, I do it at the barn in Houston. When we go to the barn and hang out and it starts to get dark, you gotta light the fire to keep everybody warm. So when the sun starts to go down, that's how we light a fire and do like a whole little bonfire at the barn. So yeah, I learned.
So that's an example of when you don't practice something, you kind of lose it, and then technology comes and takes over, and you become used to the technology.
What if
I bet you none of the kids today can make a fire.
No.
Make a fire.
They don't even go outside like that.
They can't find a store when their phone dies. Like, let alone make a fire. They don't even have direction.
Yeah.
This is true.
Well, last story. So Yale University will offer a course on Queen Bey next year. According to Black Enterprise, the course, Beyonce Makes History, Black Radical Traditional History, Culture, Theory, and Politics Through Music, will be available spring 2025. The course was developed by Daphne Brooks, professor at African American Studies. She will examine Beyonce's cultural and political contributions. In addition, Brooks focused on the Grammy Award-winning singer is a byproduct of a previous course she taught at Princeton. The focus of the curriculum, Black women in popular music culture. In a statement to the Yale Daily News, Brooks said those classes were always over-enrolled. There was so much energy around the focus of Beyonce, even though it was a class that starts in the late 19th century and moves through the present day. I've always thought I should come back to focus on her and centering her work at some point. I can't say that word. Would you, Brittany, I know you're a Beehive member. Would you be interested in this class? Now, mind you, they had a class on the Beatles. They've had a class on Taylor Swift and other people, different universities have. Would you be interested in this class?
I think her business ethic or work ethic or business model is to be studied, but I don't necessarily know if that's her. I think that there are a lot of women with, great business models. I love Beyonce, but I don't see the purpose of it. Not for me. It would do nothing. It would be for fun. Yeah.
What about you, Lanier?
I mean, I would listen to Beyonce's music, but you know who I would be interested in if they did a class? No, if I'm going speak it into existence. Fawn Weaver. If you don't know who she is the head of Uncle Nearest Whiskey. A beautiful, strong Black woman who is making whiskey. Making whiskey. And she has surpassed a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And she is out here in the streets. And she is engaged, you know what I mean, with the people. She's not putting preservatives in her stuff. Let me tell you something. Now I would take her class. Because that woman right there, I think she done went and bought a whole cognac farm or something.
I believe so, yeah.
There was a cognac farm, a whole brewski.
Yeah. That'd be fun to learn how to make whiskey.
Listen,
that would be fun.
Follow her on social media because that's the class I want to take.
What's her name?
Fawn Weaver. SAW. And Uncle Nearest brand. This is not I had it. Somebody bought it for me for Christmas, and then I wanted to know because I wanted a Black-owned brand. I want to start really tapping into more Black-owned spirits. Yeah. And somebody got me. No, my brother got it for me for Christmas, and I just opened it up this year. Like, this is nice. This is nice. I might have to switch from making rum cakes to making whiskey cakes. Yeah. Who we are.
Chike, what do you think about thoughts on this class?
So let me understand. So the class is basically a study of her music and how it affects culture.
Culture and political contributions, yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to Beyonce for that. I don't know if that she moves me in that particular way. You mentioned somebody like Nina Simone. You got me.
Yeah.
Somebody, and it's about women. So I guess another person, even Janet Jackson, with the whole Rhythm Nation and her whole mental wellness with the Velvet Rope. Talking about the issues of mental wellness, unity among people. Fighting the power. you know, that kind of stuff. Beyonce, I mean, I know that she's gotten political as of late, but I don't know if her body of work really speaks to movements in the culture for me. Not in that way.
Yeah.
Is it a certificate or like what
Yeah, like what degree I was gonna ask, what degree program
Probably
is
an
that?
elective.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like BFA, fine arts degree or something.
Yeah, I know that
I looked up out of it.
yeah. I know when I was in school, at Virginia State University, shout out to Trojans, I took a Black and American music, and they talked about, I mean, music from beginning of time in Black culture. And I really enjoyed that class. I really enjoyed that class.
That's different. You
Yeah,
get
that's
like
different.
about the history, then
Right.
that's different. Then that's something, that it's feeding you and it's giving you from start up until whatever point it was when you were in school. We only know, we know that you're only 20 years old, Stephen. So
I mean,
it's giving you that.
you cracked the case. Well, listen, ladies, thank you as always for your contributions on topics. Check out, see movie reviews, and we'll be right back after this.